Hello, and what do we have here? Well, I can tell you it's a new release, and I can also tell you that I'll be honest with you, I bought the deluxe edition of this, and what's inside this package, I doubt whether it's going to measure up to its price point. But nevertheless, I ordered it, and as with a lot of these sort of like box sets these days, they try and do things on the cheap rather than give you any real value in them. But let's take a look inside, what's inside this package here, see exactly what we have. So I'll just peel this, I've got no Swissy knife, so I'm just going to yeah, peel my way into the packaging here and rip it open, and there we go. Let's have a look now what we've got. Okay then, so here we have, oh, I've got cellophane as well to get through here, but this is David Gilmour's Live at Pompeii, and as many of you may know, he actually went back to Pompeii to record this time with an actual audience, and I do believe this has been put on the cinema raises as well, and is being shown on the cinemas. But now it's been released today on the 29th of September, and it's arrived from Amazon not so long ago, and it's now about I'm not sure actually, but it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, gone that. But anyway, let's have a look at the contents, what we've got inside here. And oh, this is so unprofessional, I'm going to just, excuse me a minute. Right, so I've just made an insertion here so I can rip open the polythene here, and so I'll get the contents of what's inside the box. First of all, the feel of the box, it's got like a brushed kind of effect, like a brushed suede or something like that, but it's not made of that, but it's made of cardboard obviously, but it does feel that it's like kind of a matte finish, what's been printed on top of the surface here. So now then, let's just lift off the box itself, the lid, and the first thing we've got here, as we can see, is it's something black, but this is probably what I expected it to be, and yeah, no doubt, as I said with these kind of packages, you think you're getting something of value and something really good, and instead what you've got is the book that's promised. But look at it, I mean, come on, is that a book? Well, obviously full of pictures. I don't know what information it's going to give in here, but I dare say you're going to get a lot of that on the contents of what's on the discs anyway inside the box. So not so much bothered about it being a sort of booklet that's going to give you a lot of information about the tour. So, but in saying that, I mean, at its price point of like £45 here, I mean, that's a bit, you know, it's not like a great big, like a 12-inch box set like what I've had before, a Steve Hackett sort of thing, which has got a great book inside it, and actually got the discs inside as well. So like that, I mean, the only thing you got to do is actually keep it in the box. You know, you ain't going to put it anywhere else. I mean, so there. So let's have a look at what else we got here. Here we have, I'm not sure what it is. It's the amphitheatre at Pompeii, an interview with Mary Beard. Interesting. So here we have something here, obviously discussing about the concert and whatever, about the amphitheatre at Pompeii and what it's all about and stuff like that. So might be a useful read, that. I mean, I certainly know nothing about it, so I've never been there anyway, so like I wouldn't know a lot about it. Anyway, let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh dear. Here we go again, just like we got with his last box set, of the release of his last album. Some postcards. And yes, well, I'm not sure what to do with those, but obviously just stick them in the box. What else have we got here? This is a poster, and well, if you can call it a poster, it's not a very big poster, but there again, I suppose it's just an idea of what a big poster is like, sort of thing. But is it any good? Are you going to stick it on your wall? Perhaps not at my age now. Probably years ago, may have done. But let's have a look now at what we get inside the actual thing. Let's just make sure there's nothing else in here now. As you can see, the box is empty, and here we have 4 discs, and can't even see the label there. Oh yeah. Anyway, what we have here is the first 2 are CDs, and the second 2 are actually Blu-rays, and it tells you just what's on them on the back or whatever. And basically the reason why I did buy this box set is because you do get the 2 Blu-rays, and knowing what David Gilmour does with his one of the concerts I've got of him, I can't remember which one it is now, but it's a double DVD that I bought of his many years ago, which was released on Blu-ray as well, but that did have a lot of hours of content of useful information and another concert on there, and I believe this does as well. This also contains the full documentary, which you're not going to get with the single Blu-ray release, and so that was another incentive for buying this. And obviously it's all in 5.1, it's a big incentive for buying a Blu-ray. But here we got 2 Blu-rays. Just what's on them, I don't know, because I haven't really looked into it, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm not going to be able to read that, I'm afraid. So, but anyway, I mean, what can I say? I mean, the discs, nothing like a Jethro Tull release that comes in an hardbound book with the disc beautifully stored in the book itself, pages, you know, a proper book, you know, and not that flimsy thing I showed you in the first place. The CDs for me, and you may think this is entirely acceptable to store the disc. Personally, I don't. I mean, because like I treat my CDs and all discs like I do vinyl albums, I'm afraid. And like for me, if you're going to put something in a cardboard sleeve like this, you really need to put perhaps a paper sleeve inside with some polyurethane in it to protect the surface of the disc. Because if you're pulling this out of cardboard, the chances are you're going to get scratch marks on it, or it's even going to be harder to get out to retrieve the disc without getting your finger marks all over the disc. So this to me is what I call really cheap packaging, and it's not the sort of thing that should be associated with an expensive box set like this. And I'm afraid, it's done on the cheap. And I knew this was going to happen because basically I bought his last box set of his album, and basically you got exactly the same thing. This, all the discs inside the box and everything packed in a box like this, which is, well, it's just not, it's hardly anything you can put on display, is it? Because like the only way you're going to display it is with everything in the box. So I'm sorry to say, it's as packages go, it's terrible. Not the best package, and that's my personal view of it. Others may seem be different, but like, sorry to say, I mean, if you're going to spend £45 on something, at least package the thing right, and not as it is in a thing like this, because trust me, that is done entirely on the cheap, and not as expensive as it would cost you to do what Jethro Tull did with his releases, in which you get 5 discs in them, or 4 or 5 discs in them, for the price. Some of them only cost me £14, some cost me £20. So, and this is like more than twice the price of them. So, you know, that's to me, that is very much on the expensive side. But I shall let you know in my review when I've checked out all the contents on the discs, and which will be some time because there's a lot in here to get through. But I mean, obviously it's David Gilmour, so you know, to me, I do like David Gilmour, and I do like Pink Floyd, so it's something I had to have, and it's something I wanted this particular version of for the extra Blu-ray disc. The CDs don't bother me, it's the Blu-rays which are really my concern. I mean, if you could get just a double Blu-ray disc for say 25 quid, 30 quid, I would have bought that rather than this. So like, anyway, that's my unboxing presentation of David Gilmour's Live at Pompeii.